Ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily High with your host, Matt McGregor and Tone Vase. I hope our audio is better today than yesterday. I don't like to start the show with that, but Tone, good morning, mate. How are you?
Morning. I'm going to level us out a bit. I'm good. It was a great weekend. Was doing a lot of barbecues, and now back to work. So
Back to
let's
reality.
take it from here.
I loved your post yesterday. I made fun of Tone because in yesterday's show, he was wearing a hoodie and looked like a vampire Darth Maul or something. And then he posted, seriously, 35 minutes later, shirtless on his Instagram. So it went from blisteringly cold to shirtless in fucking 30 minutes. That's Tone for you. All right, let's get into this show. Oh no, it's doing that thing. I bet I'm choppy, aren't I? For fuck.
You're a little choppy.
I'm trying to click on it.
All right, it's going. Yeah, it's going in and out. There we go. It's good. It's better now.
When Bitcoin gets to $250,000, I move out of my mother's basement. Just kidding. All right. So I'm going to start on this is crucial to me, and it's the most interesting of all the time frames. It was the MRI daily buy show on my own channel, on the Black Box channel, that I thought that now was a good buy. The price was about 107,500. It was down here, and I said this is a really good buy because of the MRI daily. I said, but I'm only interested up until I'm interested way higher, obviously, but I said I can definitely see us rallying for at minimum to the 7 simple moving average, and I'll show you that on the daily later. We did that. And then we went exactly to today to the 50 simple moving average. I thought, great. The rejection off the 50 simple, I thought, of course, right? I mean, that's what we want to do in a downwards trend. And when we were back down at 108, I thought that was the perfect rise, higher low, rejection. This last 2.5 hours is a very, very good candle. It would make so much sense for me had we have risen, come to the 30 simple or the 7 simple on the daily, got rejected, faded over, and went to a new low. But this is a very, very promising candle. About an hour ago, the price was at 110. It was at 110, 200. And I was trying to just do the show. I was going to come on the show and say, that's a buy. That's an absolute buy, and I'll tell you why. Because we came up to the 50, we got rejected, and then on the second attempt, when we came back to the 50, I know you probably think I'm talking shit, but I would have said at that point, that's a buy for me, because it's a really, really clear-cut stop loss, maybe down at 109. I thought that was a class buy. And it so far, so good on this candle. I would love us to come back up and get to 113 and try and break the structure of lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. We're not there yet, but there's something to consider here for the short term on Bitcoin. I'm not dissatisfied with it at all. The daily time frame, it's not anything to get excited for yet. It's just Tone. I think Tone, you put it really, really eloquently in yesterday's show when we were talking about the daily buy signal. You said, and I wish I could remember it exactly how you said it verbatim, but you said something like, every recovery has to start somewhere, and for you, that was this could be it. This could be it. This could be the low, and Tone, the MRI was spectacular, right? But it's not, it's too soon to say that, and you weren't claiming that was the bottom, but the way you sort of put it in that, well, it has to start somewhere. And I really like that. And I think about that all the time. It has to start somewhere. And perhaps this is it. Tone won't be interested probably until tomorrow because of and he can talk more. We need to clear, 113, the same as the 4-hour. But shit, I think a trade here to at least that 114,400 zone, I think is on the cards. I think that we've got a real shot. I'm not bullish yet. I'm not bullish overall. It's a red wave. I see all of these moves as lower highs and just consolidation until really until we break above 123 at this point, or get above the moving averages. All the moving averages at 116, 117. I'll start to talk more positively. I don't bite on these little runs, but there's merit. There's merit in it. And Tone, I think you really said it best yesterday, to be honest. Just go to the weekly for a second. It's the second day of the week. It's nowhere near enough for me to get excited. And that 114 zone, that area is still, I could definitely see us coming up, touching the 7 simple and fading. I'm not excited about the price just yet. Just before I finish, I wanted to show you, like this, it looks even better on the altcoins, or it did back before when we were dropping down. On all these shit coins that I have collected here, this little move, like they were all identical, right? Like the drop down and then the bounce back to the 7 simple. Oh, sorry, it was the daily time frame. It was the 7 simple on the daily. Like, it's crazy. Like, they all dropped, they all bounced to the 7 simple. Sui did it perfectly. Ethereum did it perfectly to the 7 simple. The Link jumped up and touched perfectly to the 7 simple. Look at this. It's spectacular. The XRP bounced to the 7 simple. They're all being held by the 7 simple as it stands, and they all mirrored each other in the jump to the 7 simple. Bitcoin has exceeded the 7 simple. Just to make the point clear, Bitcoin has now exceeded the 7 simple, where the altcoins have not. They're all still stuck below the 7 simple. If Bitcoin can close today above the 7 simple, and it looks like it's going to kick on, all of those short trades that I'm in across the board, which I'm up tremendously on all of them, even still as it stands, each one of them is anywhere from 10 to 90% up on those trades. I'll close them all out. I will close it. I've said it here right now. If tomorrow's Bitcoin candle can close the day above the 7 simple moving average, and we've got a green star on the MRI on the daily, I will close all of those short positions I have on the shit coins, and then just wait in cash to reevaluate whether I'm going to go short again. Like, we come up and touch the 30 and I can just reload up, short them all again, or we look like we're kicking on and I'll long them all again. Coming back to you now in a second, Tone. Hey, sign up for Blowfin's fantastic sign-up bonuses. If you want to trade, if you want to copy my trades, go nuts. And if you're in a jurisdiction that you really care about KYC, Blowfin is your the best option, I reckon. And just finally, again, on a personal note, hey guys, I'll do that at the end of the show. I'll come back to you now, Tone. I thought that was a nice, clean analysis. I really hope I wasn't too much during that show, because I think I put a lot of work into my analysis here, and I hope that Tone, please like, subscribe, share it with your friends. What do you reckon, mate? I'm fucking way off.
Yeah, no, I think it was okay. No, it's great. Actually, when you were at the end, you were talking about shitcoins. I had to glance at Ethereum. Ethereum hit an MRI top. Can you short it for me, since I don't have a trading account? Please short it. Don't get out of your Ethereum short, and in fact, double down. And if you lose money, I'll help you out. But go extra on the Ethereum. I think Ethereum's done. I think it reached the top. It hit this trend line that I had drawn. It hit an MRI top, and I think Ethereum's cooked. So get ready for new 7-year lows in Ethereum, because I think that's where it's headed. I just don't see it going any other way. You are exit liquidity for a bunch of scammers. And I think they see the writing on the wall that it's as high as it's going to get, because it is as high as it's gotten in 2 years. And I just don't see how it's going to get any higher.
So we got a great comment here from Monero XRM. That's a friend of the show. Bitcoin is not going to millions anytime soon, brother. This moon boy mentality is not in your favor. The word brother makes me think that he's talking to me, not to you. But I don't need Bitcoin to go to millions, dude. When you got enough of the fuckers, it's okay. Go ahead.
So Monero is definitely going to zero. We've discussed that one many, many times. But I think this is the top for Ethereum. And I mean, we'll see what happens, but this is, as beautiful of a top as it gets on all sides. All he's got to do is go below the moving average. Now, this is versus Bitcoin. It can still go up against the dollar. Now, let's talk about Bitcoin. The monthly chart on Bitcoin, I want to see a nice blow off top on a monthly scale. I don't want to see us, lag into a consolidated top, though if it happens, it happens, right? We had a consolidated top back in June of 24 on a monthly scale, and we just reset, and then we had a nice bullish run. So even if it is a consolidated top, I still think there is still going to be a nice rally after that. But we are going to run into a time element with this bull market. Like eventually a bear market's going to come. So the sooner we get that blow off top, the better off everyone will be. The weekly chart is still on bearish bias. We still need several more weeks in order to flip the weekly chart to a green star candle. So if this candle is not like this monster rally, this candle literally needs to be an all-time high weekly candle in order to flip the MRI count. So we are looking at late September in order to get a green star candle, which is good because October and November are usually very bullish months. I'm not really expecting much out of September. The daily chart. So I will say this. Once we closed and did a full candle below the 128-day moving average, I don't want to say I became bearish because I became bearish way earlier than that. That's why I was completely out, 100% out of my Bitcoin long positions. But I was, I guess I continued my bearish outlook. And once we lost the 128-day moving average, and we did lose it, I was looking for the next level, which is the 200-day moving average. However, I left one little opening for an MRI buy to mark the low. The MRI did mark the low, and as Matt said, the last video we did, which I think was Saturday, today is Tuesday, and in that video, or might have been Sunday.
Just while you're sneezing, yeah. I think it was yesterday, the Monday show, brother. If you notice, the MRI buy was on yesterday.
Oh yeah, it was yesterday's show. I already forget. It was a lot of meat and a lot of alcohol. Yeah, sorry about that. So on this MRI buy candle, I kind of did an analogy to a snowball that can turn into an avalanche. And the snowball's got to start somewhere. And the MRI buy on the daily was basically the one little potential spark that could lead to a full-blown reversal and new Bitcoin all-time highs. And so far, so good. However, we got real resistance right here at 113. Like between 112 and 113 is real resistance. That is your horizontal area of the breakdown, and now a declining 50-period moving average. This is real resistance. I would say this is probably the hardest resistance zone to clear. If we can clear this resistance zone, there will be one more area around 116 where we already have the MRI resistance line plus the 20-period moving average. But I think if we can get past 113, getting past 116 is going to be easier. But however, once we get up there, we're going to run into an MRI top, and you can see that the last MRI top was literally the all-time high that dropped us down about 15% already, maybe even more. I got to check that math. So we got a hard resistance zone coming up, and last time we didn't even make it into resistance zone. which means Bitcoin was weaker than even I expected. So what happens if we don't make it into this resistance zone? Well, that means that Bitcoin is even weaker still. But it's a good day, even though the stock market is falling. So again, you see the stock market here is crashing and Bitcoin is rising, but Bitcoin has been counter stock market for the last 2 weeks, which was weird. So it's continuing this trend of being counter stock market. Also, as you can see right here or on the other chart, doesn't matter, it's the same chart, we are starting to break this trend line, which is a good sign, but at the least we got to break the prior minor swing high, but we really got to get over this MRI resistance line. So Bitcoin still has a little bit of work, but the snowball is moving in the right direction, which is great. Matt talked about the 4-hour chart. It's a green star candle. That's a promising sign. It is in this box of, the support area that had already been broken. Now this area is going to serve as support, but in order for it to serve as support, we do got to get closer to 116. I don't think 113 is enough to make this zone of support. We do need to get over that and get into that 116 zone for this area to be support. And on the hourly chart, that's probably a green star candle, so that's a good sign. We broke the hourly MRI resistance line that we had for like the entire weekend. That's a really good sign. On the hourly chart, there's really no resistance above us at this point. And we just got to, again, break that 113 to make a new swing high. So we'll keep an eye on that. There's a small chance we can do it today. That would be great. And then we're just going to keep an eye on, see how the snowball develops. I think the alt season is over, and now Bitcoin should outperform shitcoins. Gold is performing really well this morning, new all-time high. Silver is performing really well, still about 20% from its all-time high. This is the difference between a shitcoin like silver and a hard asset like gold. Gold, new all-time high. Silver still needs to go 20% more to get to the all-time high. Okay.
I have to disagree with you emphatically. If Bitcoin is to recover from here, let's just say hypothetically that daily, I don't think this is happening, right? I don't think this. Just a caveat. It's I'm not getting pumped up or anything like that. But let's just follow your logic. If Bitcoin recovers from here and is back above 120 next week and blah blah blah, I think alt season hasn't even started yet, mate. I disagree emphatically.
We'll see. All right. All right. Let's wrap this up.
All right. Come back to me for a tick.
All right. Let me see here. There we go. All right. Close us out.
All right. Look, again, a little self-indulgent. Guys, I just posted a little promo on alphanumerics over on X and also on Watch It. If you get a laugh, let me know. If you think I'm retarded, let me know as well. I put a lot of work into this, so I hope it gets a laugh, you know. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Tonight, I feel like the audio worked tonight. I just came through. If it did, it's a blessing in disguise. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Same time, same place. Let's hope Bitcoin rallies. Let's go.
All right. Sounds good. See you all tomorrow, guys.
Thanks, guys.